Hello, and this is the Warpforge with another modelling update. So, first off, Merry Christmas, because it's either going to be uploaded either today or tomorrow, so Merry Christmas to you all. And now, in this video modelling blog, we will be showcasing off this Triarch Stalker. Friend asked us to paint it up for him, so I have. And I'm going to show you all the angles first, before saying how it saying how I painted it up. So, here's a side view. Here is a cockpit view. Here is a rear view of the model. And here is the last side shot of the model. Okay, so how did I paint this up? Well, first off, I used, for the red, in the first step, I used Wazdaka Red from the Citadel layer colour for all the red bits you see. I then used Lead Belcher Metal from the Citadel base range, or you could use Gunmetal from the Vigello game colour range, it does the same effect. Then I applied a sepia wash, or sepia wash, depending on the way you pronounce it, all across the model to get a bit more in depth. Pardon me. For the blues, I used a variety of glowy blues. Sometimes I just used extreme highlighting of just electric blue from Vigello's game colour range. And then some bits I did a bit more depth, such as here, on the leg struts. I used a base coat of the electric blue, then washed it down with Zerman blue, but I'm sure any dark blue you come across will suffice. And then just highlight with a pure white. I used Vigello's game colour Dead White. For the eyes, I used Imperial Blue base coat for, the eyes I was talking about, the Triarch Stalker's eyes. I used Imperial Blue from Vigello's game colour. I then added a second sort of layer, just to bring it out, of the turquoise from Vigello's game colour range, which is basically the same as Hawk Turquoise. I then used an extreme highlight of electric blue, and then a thin, really, really extreme highlight of Dead White. Just in the centre, you don't want it too much around the place, and that's how, and you get a glowy effect from a distance. I used the same on all the baubles here, so the baubles there and all that, and the baubles on the front of the heat ray gun thing, I also used to generate the same effect. The pipes I used were, the colours I used were turquoise from Vigello's game colour, washed it down with Zerman blue, then highlighted with electric blue. For these bits, the hieroglyphic bits, I used the same method as I did with the blue struts here, and I also used the Dead White to pick out all the detail on the hieroglyphics themselves. I also did the same for the chest piece inside the Necron Warrior Triarch body, and I also used the same for this little big insignia bit on the front of the Triarch Stalker. I used Shining Gold from Vigello's game colour, just base coat around the edges of the cockpit and the front of here, as well as on top of these bits of the legs. And I did that just to really bring out the model. And stuff inside, all the techie Tron bits here and here. I will pause it just to get a bit more detail. So, bits such as here, where it's got all the blue inside, like the Tron-esque detail, I basically just extremely highlighted with electric blue. For the actual gun, I used hammered copper base coat, washed it down with Bada Black, but any black wash will suffice, and just to weather it down to make it look a bit more dirty since it's closer to the ground. The gun nozzle bit here was a basic electric blue with inside the detail, and then just lead belcher over the top with on the actual gunmetal bits, and then use a bit of sepia wash. And that concludes this hobby update basically. Hopefully me friend's happy with the paint job. It's already said. I'm extremely grateful that I've painted it. I'm just happy that it's over with, because just the amount of detail on this, it wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't already assembled, let's just say. Honestly, it's like playing Jenga with paints when it's all assembled and you got to paint it all. But apart from that, I enjoyed painting some of the aspects, like trying out a new technique for the eyes on the Triarch Stalker, just to get a bit more of a glowy effect. Not like a luminous effect, but more of a glowy, living sort of esque feel, just to make it look, just to make the eyes actually come out. So yeah, it was enjoyable to do that, and that concludes this episode of a hobby update. So, if you like what you're seeing, you want to see more paint jobs like this and how I painted them up, then just have a subscribe to me, and if you like what you see, give it a like. If there's anything you like about it, or if you want to talk about this model or anything in particular, just post a comment down in the comment section. This is the Warpforge with a hobby update for the Triarch Stalker, signing out, and remember, keep on forging.